Today I'll be talking about nurse burnout and how it affects the patient safety in the hospital. I made a PowerPoint also. So, how safe are our hospitals if all of our nurses are overwhelmed, exhausted, understaffed, and stressed all the time? How safe are they? So, it's a very serious crisis that's going on in the world right now, where nurses are getting burnt out very easily because hospitals are understaffed, so they're getting stressed easily. I work in a hospital. I am a nurse tech at the hospital, so I see it firsthand for myself of nurses getting burnt out because we're understaffed on every single floor in the hospital. So today I'm going to discuss how nurse burnout affects patient safety and the quality of care and what causes the burnout in hospital settings and why it remains a growing healthcare concern. So, according to Lee et al., this is my slide, 2024, nurse burnout is associated with lower patient safety ratings and decreased quality of care. Emotional exhaustion increases the risk of medical errors, and stress is a very big factor to medical errors and patient safety too, because if you're stressed out, you're just not going to get anything done, and that's just going to put stress into your mind, and having to take care of the patients while you're running around stressed is not a very good thing in the hospital. My next slide, in Ferralio's study 2025, operating room nurses with higher burnout levels are reported lower job performance. So when you're in the surgical center, psychological distress was linked to decreased patient safety during high pressure situations. So in surgery, you're obviously in a high pressure situation at all times because surgery is a very big thing. You're going into someone's body. You just are very stressed because you have a lot of people surrounding you and you're just very high pressure. This is my next slide. According to Aiken et al., 2018, each additional patient assigned to a nurse increases both nurse burnout and patient risk. It causes stress having too many patients at once with many needs. So when nurses are responsible for too many patients, it puts a lot of stress on them, and it's a lot of running around, and it's a lot of care for each patient. And nurses have a lot of stuff to do for each patient, especially when patients have different needs. Some patients might need more than others, and you might be trying to do something for one patient, and then the other one needs something at the same time, and you just can't do it all. So you're stressing and running around, and it's not good for the patient safety either, or your health. That's a lot of workload. This is my next slide. The National Academy of Medicine 2022 identifies heavy workload and poor staffing leading healthcare's workers to burnout. Patient overload reduces focus of patients and increases the risk of mistakes. So that's kind of like the same thing I just said. The patients have a lot of risk whenever nurses have a lot of patients. It's not just one thing, it's another and another and another and another. And nurses are just running around overwhelmed, very stressed, exhausted, especially during a 12-hour shift. That's a lot. Like I said, I know it from firsthand because I'm there with the nurses at all times. This is my next slide. According to Q et al. 2026 study, it found that negative coping strategies strengthen the relationship between burnout and poor patient safety culture. Nurses under chronic stress may struggle to keep a strong safety mindset for the patients. It's basically the same thing I said again. It's just wording it a little differently because stress is just a very big factor in the medical field and the health care. This is my next slide. The introduction of the Nurse Staffing Standards for Hospital Patient Safety and Quality Care Act, HR 2530, 2023. it reflects federal recognition that staffing levels directly impact patient safety. This is a new act/law that they put out, where hospitals have to post, like, I think it's only in certain states right now, but a lot of hospitals have to post, like, each patient the nurse has and how many patients they have. They're only allowed to have up to so many so they don't get burnt out. And so they have a certain amount of patients and don't have way too many, and it's not an over workload. They try to stop bad ratios in the hospital, and I think it's a very good thing that they're doing this so people don't get burnt out as bad. I think it's the same thing for nurse techs also in a hospital, because we take on a lot more patients than anybody in the hospital does. So it's a lot for them too. The medical field is just a lot anyways, because we're so understaffed and there's so many patients and they're giving a lot of patients to a certain person, and you just can't keep up. It's a lot and it's overwhelming and it's very exhausting. And then this is my conclusion. Nurse burnout is not just an individual struggle, but is an issue that directly impacts patient safety, job performance, and overall quality of care. Understaffing, long shifts, and emotional strain create conditions where errors become more likely and patient satisfaction decreases. So that's basically all that I have said in this video. That is my conclusion. It sums everything up. And then this is my works cited page with all of my people on there that I cited in my things. But thank you guys.